My name is Major Owens, and I served in Congress on the House Education Committee for 24 years. Before that, I served in the State Senate for 8 years on the Education Committee. Before that, I was the Commissioner of the Community Development Agency, responsible for the anti-poverty program here down the street for 6 years, and our greatest priority was improving education. Before that, I was a librarian in the Brooklyn Public Library. I have a master's degree in library science, and I'm minored in education in college. So I'm familiar with education and dedicated to the improvement of education. And what is happening in Medgar is that we are rolling backwards. The problem here is that when a group of faculty, and faculty at the heart of the college community, when the faculty decides that they have a vote of no confidence, at least you ought to get an audience and some negotiation. But CUNY pays no attention to this. All of these grievances, and they have not enumerated them all here today, all these grievances add up to a coming collapse of Medgar College. And if it collapses, somebody's going to come in with a receivership and take over and reorganize. And I suspect that is the agenda of CUNY, because CUNY is firmly behind supporting people who have demonstrated in 3 years that they are not competent. There's great fiscal mismanagement. There's great fiscal mismanagement if you just look at the facts. Come in with an impartial team, a team that has nothing to lose. The chancellor, of course, selected the president, so he is not exactly objective in evaluation, but we'll take any evaluation. After 3 years, there should be an evaluation. This is not a personal thing. This is not a smear tactic against anybody. Medgar will be here long after this executive leadership is gone. We're here when they came. Medgar was here when they came. We'll be after they're gone. But if you are not raising money from the private sector, if you are not taking advantage of all the numerous grants that are available from the federal government, if Medgar is on the bottom of the list in terms of the number of grants that have been received from the federal government, then there's room for investigation. Because we have a large staff for that. We have a large staff to do that. What is happening with our grants? Why are we getting more grants? Why are we not able to deal with our finances more responsibly and be able to provide more of these deficiencies that have been enumerated here in terms of student learning? You know, there's no money for more information technology. There's no money for the learning center. There's no money for the computer technicians we need. The money is not there, but there's plenty of money for building and construction, which goes to the heart of the problem, I think. My observation after all of my years in education is something is radically wrong with CUNY. CUNY is responsible for 20% of the construction in this city. CUNY is more preoccupied with construction and capital building and putting its finances and its energies there than it is in providing the money that's available to be funneled into the learning process for students. Take the new community college that's being constructed here. It's a mausoleum uptown in the middle of Manhattan. That money came from Obama for community colleges. Every cent of the money for community colleges has gone into that mausoleum that's being constructed as a monument to the chancellor and to his staff, whatever. And the people who need the community colleges are out in the boroughs. You know, Medgar needs community college money and expansion there. So there are numerous things that are happening that if they are allowed to keep accumulating, there's nowhere to go but down, and it's coming more rapidly than you think. And as we are increasing the number of students who are enrolling in CUNY, CUNY, unfortunately, could become a part of a plot that's not even a detail. The plot just takes hold and goes, as it has come to Stuyvesant High School down the street. There are only 5 or 6 blacks in Stuyvesant High School now. We had 20% at one time. In Bronx High School of Science, in Brooklyn Tech, all the high schools now, with the high averages that are needed, have forced out the population of the city, which is 1/2 of the city. That's the blacks and Latinos. We're going to have the same thing happening in our colleges. And Medgar, with all the buildings that we've managed to accumulate there and all the things that we've done through our hard work, will be turned over to somebody else. Medgar will become a gated community within central Brooklyn. Other people coming in from outside, for faculty, for executive positions, and for students. That's where we're going. You know, this is not you know, off in left field. This is, you can place the pieces on the chessboard and see how there's a power game being played here, and the faculty being caught in the middle of it. The power game is that only people who are obedient to the administration can come in. Only people who are loyal to the administration, not competence. They're not looking to solve certain problems that have to be solved in terms of academics and education. It is obedience, and we are building a nest egg for somebody. Good salaries for somebody, good pension for somebody. But the community is being betrayed. And I cannot sit still and allow the community to be betrayed. You have a perfect example, unprecedented in my history, in the civil rights struggle and in the struggle for better education. Unprecedented. Have I ever seen opponents come to intimidate people as we have now? The vice president of Medgar College, vice president of external affairs, is standing right here. This is an act of intimidation. You know, I've never lived this before. You know, there's time to come here. There's time to come here to intimidate people having a press conference. There's no time to have meetings to discuss why we don't have more grants. Why don't we have more philanthropic money coming flowing in? That's the role of the external channel. You know, I'm getting a little personal here because I was upset when I arrived and found a group of people from the administration standing here to intimidate people. That is unprecedented. So there's an investigation needed. There's a series of hearings needed. I welcome Charles Barron's support, but I'd like all of our other elected officials, just come. You don't have to take a position. Come and investigate. Come and have a hearing. Listen to the facts. Look at where we are 3 years after this administration came in, and you'll see we're going downhill. We're going downhill rapidly, and it might be irreversible if we don't act fast. That message should go to CUNY Central, especially because CUNY Central is the power behind what is happening in the campus. Thank you very much.
Thank you.